Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and these are the 15 best features of the Infocus Vision 3 along with some important tips and tricks. First I'll cover the best features and then the tips and tricks. Now the first best feature about this phone is definitely its display. This phone sports a 5.7-inch full vision display with HD+ resolution in the new 18:9 aspect ratio. Yes, it has a bigger screen, but because of the aspect ratio, it fits comfortably in a single hand. Infocus is the first company in the Indian market to offer a full vision display in this price segment. For the price, display is definitely pretty good. Now the next best feature about this phone is the dual camera setup on the back. This phone sports a 13 megapixel primary camera with f2.0 aperture and a 5 megapixel secondary camera with f2.2 aperture, which is a wide angle camera. Dual camera setup in this price segment is great and a wide angle camera at that is really awesome. Here are some sample shots. You can check out my camera review for more sample shots. Now the next best feature on this phone is its front facing camera. This phone has a 8 megapixel front facing camera with wide angle lens. Normally even phones from Xiaomi come with good front facing camera but they are not wide angle. But this phone has a wide angle lens so you get much wider selfies. Once again, here are some sample shots. The next best feature on this phone is the portrait mode for the front and rear cameras. Yes, this phone even supports portrait mode for the front and rear cameras. So with that said, here are some sample shots. Obviously it's not perfect, but for the price, they do a great job. Now the next best feature is the fingerprint scanner. Well, a fingerprint scanner normally isn't a huge deal, but for a price tag of 7,000 rupees, it even comes with a fingerprint scanner, and that's something to talk about. Fingerprint scanner is reasonably fast. All the features that I just mentioned are simply awesome on a phone that just costs 7,000 rupees. And it still has more. It offers a new camera feature called Dual Fee, where you can take a picture using the front and rear cameras both at the same time. Next we have App Twins. This feature allows us to use two instances of the same application on the same phone. So you can have two WhatsApp accounts, two Facebook accounts, and even use two Messenger apps on the same phone. As of now, this feature is very limited on this phone. So we can use only limited set of apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, Line, and some other messaging apps. Next we have some motion and screen gestures. First we have 3-finger screenshot. Once you enable this toggle, we can take screenshots by simply swiping down with 3 fingers. Before I get to that, now to take a normal screenshot, just press the volume down and power button both at the same time, and it'll take a screenshot. To take a 3-finger screenshot, simply swipe down on the screen with 3 fingers and it'll take a screenshot. It is as simple as that. Next we can even take a long screenshot from here. Once you take a screenshot, simply click on the preview icon and then select scroll. Then it'll scroll through the page and take a long screenshot. Once it is done, it'll even give you a preview. Next we have turn over to reject calls. Once you enable this toggle, whenever you get a call, you can simply turn over your phone to reject a call. Next we have silent pickup. Once you enable this feature, whenever you get a call, you can simply pick up the phone. I mean literally pick your phone up and it will stop ringing. Next we have a quick shortcut to open the camera app from anywhere. Once you enable it, you can simply press the power button twice to open the camera application. It works when the phone is locked and even when it is unlocked, just like the Pixel phones. Now the next feature is screen recorder. From here we can tweak the settings, and to start screen recording, we need to use the toggle. You can go to the notification area and press the toggle to start screen recording, and once you're done, click the stop button. Next we have private space. When I first heard the name, I thought it was like secondary space on Xiaomi phones, but it isn't. It's more like a place to hide files. Once you're done configuring it, you can go to the phone dialer and enter the password to open the private space. From here you can hide files, whether it's an image, video file, or any other file. Next we have some settings under S Boost. First we have background app management. From these settings, we can stop applications from running in the background and thereby improving battery life. I usually prefer to disable background app management for apps like Facebook and Instagram, as I don't want them to keep running in the background, and thereby I increase the battery life. Next we have auto start management. Even if you kill some apps like Facebook and Instagram, they keep running in the background automatically. If you want to prevent that, you can do that from here. We can also stop WhatsApp from running in the background, but you won't get messages instantly. So I would recommend you to leave WhatsApp alone. Next we have some settings to tweak the navigation bar. We can swap the back and recent tabs button and even add a new button to hide the navigation bar. And once we do that, it just gives us a more immersive experience. Next we have a suspension ball, which is like a floating button. Once you click it, we get some additional options. This is more like the floating button on the iOS. Personally, I prefer the Xiaomi's implementation of the suspension ball. Next we have limit power saving mode in battery settings. Once you enable this mode, your smartphone will become a dumb phone and just give you basic features like calls and messages, and thereby increases your battery life a lot. It's just like the ultra power saving mode feature on Samsung phones. Finally, we have scheduled power on and power off. Using these settings, we can automatically power off your phone and power it on. Next we have a fingerprint shortcut. Once you enable this toggle in the camera settings, we can take pictures using the fingerprint scanner. In the stock camera app, simply touch the fingerprint scanner to take a picture. So guys, those were the best features of the Infocus Vision 3. Now let's look at some important tips and tricks. First, I'll start with YouTube. Now while you're watching a video on YouTube, you're gonna get this black bars on the left and right side. So these are the black bars, and to make it full screen, you just need a pinch gesture or pinch out to make it full screen. This is something you can do on all the phones with the new 18:9 aspect ratio. Just make sure all the apps are up to date on your phone. Next we have split screen mode. Now all the phones running Nougat and above have this feature called split screen mode, where we can run two applications side by side. So I've already opened one application. Now to open another application, all I need to do is press the recent tabs button, press and hold it, and I can select the secondary application from these apps. Or else I can go home and then select the secondary application. Now I can watch video and do some other stuff on the top application. Now to make an app full screen, I can simply swipe up or down and the particular application will go full screen. Now the YouTube app is full screen. Some apps simply doesn't work with the split screen mode. So to force them, you need to go to settings and first enable developer options. For that, go to about and then select and then click build number 7 times. And once you do that, developer options will be enabled. Now go back. You have the developer options over here. Select it. Now scroll all the way to the bottom and enable force activities to be resizable. Now restart the phone. Once your phone restarts, you will be able to use all applications in the split screen view. Now I'll show you how to record calls automatically on this phone. For that, open phone dialer, then go to settings, call settings, and from here select record settings. From here you can enable record calls automatically. Just enable that toggle. You can record all the numbers or a few specific numbers. We can further tweak these settings to our preferences. At the same place, we even have harassment settings, that's the call blocking feature. From here we can add numbers to block calls automatically. Next, if you go to the SMS app and then to settings, once again we have the harassment settings, that's for SMS blocking. We can blacklist numbers and do other stuff. Next, if we go to settings and notification area, status bar and notification settings, over here we have the option to display the network usage on the status bar. Simply enable this toggle to show the network usage over here. This phone also has a LED notification light, and if you want to use it, make sure you enable this toggle. If you disable it, LED notification light will not work. By the way, it's a multicolor LED notification light. In the same place, in settings, once again if you go to battery settings, over here we have this toggle to display the battery percentage on the status bar. Once you enable it, you'll be able to see the battery percentage inside the battery icon, which is really small, but that's all we get. So guys, these were all the best features and tips and tricks for the Infocus Vision 3. If I missed out on anything, do let me know by commenting below this video. If you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter, and we will try to make it as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.